Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at some karting footage that I took from a couple days back. I've been doing karting for about a year. No, hang on, that's wrong. So I've been doing karting since the beginning of the year, and I decided finally to get some of my own kit, and with that came this beautiful thing. It's lovely and shiny at the moment. And I decided to put a GoPro mount on it, try and get some good footage. But yeah, we got some good battles in this, some good action, a couple crashes, which was a bit disappointing. But without further ado, I'm going to take this off and let's get right into it. Okay, so time for practice then. I'll just get my gloves on, grab my number and my seat, and we'll head out to the karts. The reason I have that seat, it's not because theirs aren't good enough, although to be fair, today it did save me from getting a wet bum. It's because I do the junior championship, or did the junior championship last year, and next year I'm going into the adults, and there's no minimum weight for the juniors, there is for the adults. I'll be in the lightweight category, which means I have to be 73 kilos, and I'm nowhere near 73 kilos with all my race stuff on, so I need to put a bit of extra weight on the car, and I'm going to do that with just some normal ballast, and then going to put some probably lead sheets on the car. But anyway, let's head out for practice into turn 1 here, just behind my uncle and my cousin. They joined us today for a bit of fun, and I thought just a bit of fun would be what this race was, and a little bit of practice, but there are actually, including myself, 5 people who compete in the adult championship, so I was going to have a bit of a race on my hands, and professional tyre warming there. Don't know how necessary that is, especially in the wet where you're not going to have any grip anyways. You can see just how wet the tyres are already. They look very slippy, but just, you know, more tyre warming and a big gap in front of us. Tell my dad to slow down a bit, he was getting a bit close behind me, and pretty excited for this. Been waiting for this for a long time, trying to get the camera working. I did try it once before at a junior championship round and it just didn't work, so fingers crossed it does this time. We're going to head into turn 1 very slowly, and looks like there's already someone on the left that will be able to sneak past on the inside here. Loads of understeer out of turn 2, and even more here. We're going to go really wide onto the grass and just about keep it on track, make it around the corner barely by the skin of our teeth. Is it the skin of your teeth? Oh, I think that's the saying. A lot of dirt on the apex of that corner there. I don't know which one it is. And yeah, they said the people that work here that in the session before it had been dry, and then afterwards, oh, hang on, my cousin's gone round in the wall. I haven't noticed. We're going to keep sending it. Woo! That was close. I think probably maybe 20 or 30 centimetres between us there. Probably not the wisest decision by myself to keep sending it round after I'd seen him go round. I can't speak English. But more understeering to turn 1. This is our first flying lap. Already a few crashes of 3 people we've gone past. We'll skip forward ahead though, because not much happens in practice. And this, I think, is my fastest lap. So let's see. Gonna hit the curb on turn 1. Very wide in turn 2 because of how wet it is. Normally you can get a bit of grip here. Gonna miss this apex completely and utterly. That's my bad, I really should have hit that, but there's just so much understeer in the wet. And back to what I was saying earlier, before my cousin went round and I almost crashed into him. What the staff said when we got there was, in the timed session before this, everyone came in because they thought their steering was broken. After the first one was dry, the second one it rained, and everyone was coming in saying, the cart's broken, I can't steer, and my dad was saying the same thing afterwards. Understeer is a really weird thing. If you haven't experienced it, it's scary the first time. But anyway, with all of that waffle, practice is over, and we're going to head back in one-handed. I've realised it's a bit wet, so we might have an opportunity to pull off a drift. Let's see. Get decently sideways, you can't really tell, but it felt like a pretty good drift. Alright, pulling back into the pits then, and let's go see what our lap time was.
Oh. Lead round quickest. Huh? Pull this yellow one here. No? Yeah, pull that. There you go. Sorry? What, you better watch out at turn 1.
Alright, so time for the race now, and it's a bit later on, a bit darker. That is one of the directors of South Coast Karting right in front of me. His name is Martin. He's quite fast. Everyone in front of me does the adult championship, and so it was going to be a matter of just trying to work my way forwards, getting some good experience racing with people who are way bigger than me, which they will be next year, of course. I was one of the oldest in the juniors. Now I'll be one of the youngest, but eyes on the lights, visors down, and go. Decent start. I'm going to get a launch on everyone, probably because I'm quite a lot lighter. Take a bit of curb on the inside. That's going to actually force us out wide. We'll hit Martin. We're going to get round him though, and we could try and move up the inside there, but I don't think it would be clever. We'll probably end in a crash. Same here. Not very clever to send it into there in turn one on lap 1, and a decent start. 1 position gained into turn 1, and we've managed to so far keep out of trouble. Very, very wet now. The conditions just got worse and worse as we kept going. I didn't film quali because I wanted to save the battery on the camera, because I actually forgot to charge it. Yep, I'm a massive brain, a very clever guy. Anyway, lap 2, P4, let's see. Oh, is he going to spin? No. Thought we could have gained a free position there. Again, loads of understeer out of turn 2. Try to get on that curb on the outside, the flat one, just because it has some sort of grip, because it's a different surface. It's more rough, I guess. And eventually start sending it flat through until about here on the lap, but not quite yet because there's not really a dry line. Right on the back of the end of the podium, P3, and we're going to see if we can take a move into turn 1. No, too far away. He's got away from us in the exit of the last corner. Again, getting a bit loose into turn 1, and we're very ragged out of turn 2. Lap 3 then. I don't know how long this race is at the moment. I think it was meant to be a 20-minute race, but when you're in the car, obviously you have no idea how long you've been driving for, and by lap 3 you'll either feel like you're still on lap 2 or you're on lap 70. Alright, so taking all of that exit curb there, loads of understeer, especially around here. We're going to go quite wide, lose a bit of time, and I can see that the person in front of us is spun round and we're going to go up the inside. I was just about to say that he was going to get away from us and we should probably focus on just trying to keep consistent, but instead we'll try that from P3. Maybe, just maybe, if we stay the right way, facing forwards, then we could end up with a podium here, which would be a pretty good achievement, seeing as I think these guys are faster than anyone I've really raced with before. We've got a back marker already just in front of us, and we'll see if we can get past them easily. Try up the inside here. We're not quite going to have the run on them, I think, or maybe we will. The outside, no, he's going to go up the inside. So looks like we might have a bit of a battle here with a back marker. I don't know why he's not let us past. Maybe it's difficult to... Oh no, Martin's going to come up the inside. We're going to just give him the space. Don't want to get involved in an incident this early on in the race. He's going to get forced really, really wide by this back marker, who seems to be giving us a bit of a race here. Not very happy. I'm going to put one up the inside here, and we've lost 1 position because of that. Oh, another big drift there. So very annoying, but unfortunately, hey, that's just what happens. That's just racing. Now we've got to focus on building up to P3, which is already a big gap, and a wet line is beginning to form, so maybe we can start getting some faster lap times. Alright then, lap 12, we'll wipe off the camera, which probably only makes it worse. We've not really gained too much from Martin, but I've realised he's going quite wide through here and cutting back in, which is where we're gaining time on him, because we're staying on that dry line which is beginning to form, the more normal line you take if it was dry, and it's allowing us to gain maybe a couple tenths per lap. So we'll slowly close in. We're going to go very, very deep into turn 1, but he'll have a bad exit, so we're going to stay on his tail. Maybe if we just got turn 1 right, we would have been able to give him a challenge through here, but it's okay. We're going to just about miss the apex. It's so annoying. It's weirdly hard to hit when you're understeering as much as you do in the wet, but he's gone wide. I'm going to go up the inside. You can't really see, but he's on the right, and we're just going to edge past him. I think we've got him. We've gone round the outside. Boom, into the penultimate corner, and we'll go around the final one. We'll cover it off and we'll keep that position. A small gap already forming. You can't really see it on camera, so we won't have to defend into turn 1. Very, very nice, and I can see there's some back markers up ahead, so hopefully I can get in front of those quickly and they'll hold him up a little bit. Which this was an interesting thing that probably happens a lot in the open races. The pace difference is quite big. We're going to go around the outside of this one, and we're going to go around the outside of this one as well. I'm going to give myself a round of applause for that one. I'm quite proud of it, even though they were going a lot slower. Nice one past me. But as I was saying, in these open races there's quite a big difference between the really fast guys who might be doing the championship and the people who've maybe never driven a go-kart before and are just here for a bit of fun, which can lead to a bit of misunderstandings on track, like us maybe being held up by that back marker, because there are some of us who really understand the rules of racing and other people who are just here for a bit of a laugh. And that was my dad facing the wrong way, by the way. Yeah, I kept coming across my dad in various states of crashed. I'll put a little montage maybe at the end of the video because it's quite funny to see him backwards constantly, about maybe every 5th lap or something. He'd be spun around facing the wrong direction. Hang on, that's the same thing. But yeah, that's what I mean by there's quite a difference in experience and a lot of difference in pace, which means that it sort of becomes like F1 where you kind of have to battle around the back markers. And oh, he's gone right into us, what? So this was sort of where the race turned around a bit. It was going very well, and now it's starting to go downhill a bit. What happened there was, as you can see, he spun. I think I see a gap on the inside just there, so I've decided already that's where I'm going for. There's that gap still there as I start to turn into the corner, and then just as I start turning, I realise he's starting to drive and try to turn around. So then I sort of instinctively try to counter steer because it's wet while I'm doing this. I'm doing this while I'm braking, and that just makes the rear go so loose. And we're going to go around and we're going to go right into him. And I didn't realise this at the time, but my neck went very, very sideways here. There's the impact. And boom. Which, yeah, quite funny to see that. Weirdly, didn't hurt at all. But I did have a rib protector and a seat on. I don't know why my neck didn't feel a bit more pain though, and Martin's going to just go sailing off. Literally, it's that wet into the distance, and there's nothing we can do to close that gap before the end of the race, I don't think. But maybe if there's some incidents up ahead, we might be able to gain that P3 back. Ooh, very sideways through turn 3 there. But now we've just got to focus, and you can see the marshals there who were cheering me on because I was beating their boss. Disappointed to see that I've lost a lot of time and the position. Sorry guys, sorry. Anyway, skipping ahead to lap 25 now. Yellow flag up ahead, and oh, that's P1 who spun round, or maybe it was P2, but he spun round, and we're going to go back into P3, but he's on my inside. You can't really see here. There he is, and we're just not going to try and fight it that much because he's much faster than me. This guy was lapping probably almost a second faster than us. The first 2 drivers were going much quicker. The person who won this race, by the way, Halfkarted, he does a bit of YouTube as well. Check him out, he's very good. He posted a video of this race as well. I featured in it, and I got absolutely embarrassed by a brilliant overtake he did on me. So go and check his channel out. I'll put a link in the description, and yeah, great guy. Right then, lap 28, still in front of me. There's my cousin. We're going to try and just get past him. Whoa! So,
again, man.
Trying to use the fact that he was slowed down by my cousin there to get past hasn't worked. We've just gone for a gap. We probably shouldn't have, to be fair. and I've let by P5, so we'll now be in P5. I don't know if I really needed to do that, but I didn't want to do to him what the other guy did to me, so I ended up being backwards for a very long time. But hey ho, I think that incident was sort of, no one could do anything about it. I went for a gap that I saw, didn't anticipating him getting such a good exit, and obviously there was no way he'd see me, so a bit disappointing, but hey ho, keeping pushing, P5 where we qualified, and let's just see if we can get to the end of the race without any more incidents now. And you can see getting very, very sideways now. The track, there was a dry line forming, but the track was still getting wetter and wetter every lap. So you can't really see either. It was raining, which is obviously why the track was getting less grippy. And I think now this might be the last lap of the race now. So that is, I think, no, sorry, that's P4. We've caught him. Sorry, this race was a while ago. It was last week. I can't remember what happened. But let's see if we can catch him then. I think we have about one lap. He's going to get past that back marker. He's not going to be slowed down as much as he could have been, which is obviously good, but bad for us. A yellow flag. Someone's gone round. We're going to see if we can just get him. There's no way. Not at this point. Move on the back marker, but he's going to be way too far ahead. And we'll come around the last corner, and there's the checkered flag. Bit disappointing race, but to be fair, it was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed myself a lot. Driving in the wet is great, and just keep your eyes on P4. He is apparently a drift king. He's gonna get sideways massively there. I'm gonna try and do the same thing but completely fail, and then again through here, another terrible attempt at drifting. Deary me, but he is going to absolutely show me how it's done. Get super sideways. Fair enough. Yeah, another round of applause. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I definitely had a lot of fun making this video, and of course doing the racing. If you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, check out my full race video, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye.